What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. It's Sunday, and this is Sunday Night Live. I haven't been live on my channel on a Sunday in a very long time. I wanted to do a live stream for Friday Night Live on Friday, but life just got in the way. I wasn't able to do it. So here we are tonight with a little something. Now, funny enough, this live stream was supposed to be about speculating and investing, but it's not. That changed. But we're still going to have a good show, as you guys can see by the title. We're going to be talking about the hate for influencers and understanding why it exists and what it really means. All right, you guys might not truly understand what we're going to discuss today and how we're going to discuss it. I'm going to try not to beat the same dead horse about this topic or the issues at hand, and I'm going to try to address it in a way that moves us past all the kind of circular rhetoric that has been, bubbling or simmering in this hobby for quite some time now, since the advent of social, comic book YouTubers, etc., etc. First off, I want to say hello to some folks that are here hanging out already. We got GT Key Comic. What's going on? Gary's hanging out. What's going on, Gary? Movie Fan 91. Phil's hanging out. Nicholas, what's going on, Nicholas? Interesting enough, Nick. I think part of my conversation is from a post with the folks that you're affiliated with on IG. I do believe they are. You're a part of these individuals. I don't know how close you are if you work with them, but something did happen on IG that we're going to be discussing today as well. Pedro, what's going on? Fat Dad, what's going on? Spider Dudes in the house. Hey guys, remember, I don't have any links today because this wasn't about links, but in all of my videos, you'll see I just bought a key. Go watch that video from spiderdudecomics.com. Use the code JOURNOS10 to save 10% off of your orders. You can also stack that on any other sales that they have going on their website, spiderdudecomics.com. Go check them out. Comics with Murdoch. What is going on? Alex Matthew Mendoza. Yeah, he's on time for once. Matt Labno, what's up? Sean Grunt, what's going on? Sean, here we go. Come on, Sean. I'm not even going to get into the discussion yet, and you're going right there. I'm going to talk about this, Sean. I know your heart's in the right place, but again, we're talking about buzzwords here. Generalizing buzzwords. 360 is hanging out. We just got off the cannon. Vinny, what's going on, Vinny? Always good to see you, man. Long time viewer and subscriber. Gary, don't get the hate. Why can't we just enjoy and have fun? I love talking about stuff. Anyways, I was going to say something else, but I'm going to save it. Before we get into it, a few things. Let's see. I don't even know. 13,000 subscriber contest, because we hit that mark a couple weeks back. Coming soon. I have some ideas of what I'm going to be giving away for that. All right. What else? I do want to give another big shout out to Crafty Comics, because they are running a special code right now as well. craftycomics.com. 10% off your orders with the code JFAN10 for their amazing frames. And this is just one option that I keep showing off, guys. craftycomics.com. 10% off JFAN10 if you guys are looking for amazing quality product to display your comics in. I'm looking to get some of their new flex frames myself, which are, well, I'll talk about that when I get one. I am going to get one in hand in the near future. I promise. I'll do a video on that as well. But I'm so happy that they're running that code to give you guys an opportunity to save some money there as well. Hate. Right? What else, guys? Combo Book Cannon every Sunday. We just hopped off a short show. Next Sunday, come hang out with us. Combo Book Cannon. That link is usually in the description below as well. But I said I put no links. I put no links today. No links. All right. We have a lot of new videos that are uploaded this week. I'm back on it, guys. I know I haven't dove into any like real kind of investing videos as of late. I know a lot of you guys love that stuff. Hot 10 or top 10, Bronze Age comics to invest in for under $20 or something like that. I haven't done that in a while. I'm not saying that I'm I'm going to not do that again on my channel because I actually have one in the works right now, but I've been refocusing and reshifting my energy, but at least I'm bringing you content. I think I uploaded 5 new videos this week. So happy about that, to continue to give you guys fresh content. Let's see. All right, let's wait a couple more minutes before we dive into the main topic of discussion. I do want to let you guys know that I still will be doing a live show regarding what tonight's show was supposed to be about, which is speculating. Now, if you go watch the video that I uploaded, I believe it was yesterday, where I talk about still there is a misconception of what speculator means. And I've coined this phrase, and I'm going to be saying this phrase a lot from here on out. First off, before I say the phrase, I'm going to say this. Speculating, especially in comic books, but in collectibles in general, isn't just about a quick flip. All right? Speculating isn't just about movie hype either. People speculate on movie hype, but that's just one avenue of speculation. And no, speculating is not something that just happened over the last few years because of movies. Speculating in comics has been around for over 50 plus years. And here's my slogan. Flippers speculate, but not all speculators are flippers. I'll say it one more time. Flippers speculate, but not all speculators are flippers. So go watch the video later tonight or tomorrow, whenever you have some time, that I uploaded yesterday. And maybe sometime this week, we will go into that topic of discussion on a live stream. Also, I will still I've been putting this one back, but I'm going to be talking about in a different live stream very soon here. I promise you guys, the future of comic books and how the publishers can save themselves. Because I do believe that a lot of us can agree. Publishers have been struggling, especially the big two. Now, I'm not going to say we are all going to agree on why they're struggling, but some people don't like the stories. Some people say there's agendas. Some people say the price point is too high. Some people say the art sucks, etc., etc., etc. Nothing's fresh. Nothing's new. I think there's some truth in some of those things. But I'm going to talk to you guys about why I believe, or what I believe, publishers can start doing to reinvigorate the hobby for both individuals that are just looking to purchase new books to read great stories, to get pulled back into these characters that way, and to bring more of a demand in general into the primary market of comic books. Maybe I'll have a special guest when I talk about this. This is coming soon. I'm going to say one more thing about that. And it has to do with Miles Morales and mantles. And I've hinted at that before over the last couple of weeks. I'm just hinting at it again. It's not just about Miles, but he's somebody that I'm going to use as an example, but it is heavily wrapped around mantles. All right. All right, guys. Movie fan. Let's see. Steve White's in the house. What's going on, Steve? What is Raising Elm is in the house. What's going on? I want to read what movie fans comment. He says, I love that you educate non-comic collectors, bro, even if they don't take it at face value. Thank you, movie fan. I appreciate that. I try to do my best. And, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm preaching to the choir because the majority of people that watch my show, watch my channel, are collectors. But even collectors, we're not all the same. Some are new, some are old. And there's always stuff to be learned. There's always knowledge to be gained. Homage covers. I'm getting tired of homage covers too, Sean, quite honestly. But just as my preference. Hey, if they're making money off it, they're making money off it. I can't hate on it. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm not spending money on it anymore. But yeah, stories are a big part of it. And there's great stories out there, guys. There are great stories out there still. Okay. All right. We have a topic of discussion to get into. Okay. Now, I'm going to introduced the discussion talking about the fact that I went away for a while. I had a lot of personal stuff. And from December to about, March, my life was crazy and it was tough. Tony's hanging out. What's going on, Tony? And when I came back to my channel, because I've said this before, I thought about shutting it down. I didn't think about shutting it down just because of what I went through in my life, but because leading up to December, from ever since the C2E2 drama that happened last August, leading up into December, this community surrounding me became extremely toxic. Extremely toxic. And I'm not going to be too long-winded on this, just giving you guys a little outline of history because it is relevant. So bear with me if you already know this. I had individuals in this community that sit in front of screens just like I do, or sit in front of cameras just like I do, dropping my name and creating ridiculous beef. And I started the whole thing, the whole slogan, grown men beefing over comics is corny AF, as corny as, and I tried to, the best way I could, not saying I'm perfect in what I do, the best way I could, I tried to have open communication and dialogue with individuals. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, because when I came back, like I was done. I was done. I'm losing hundreds of subscribers left and right. I have subscribers that have watched my channel that, call me family and, support me and this, that, and this. And, we're a community like running their mouths behind my back. And, what got to me, because I really do believe that even though I've never met most of you guys or even heard your voices or talked to you face to face, we come together and bond and connect. Especially since COVID, we realize that, human connections are very important, even if they're in a form of using social media, because sometimes that might be all that we have, right? Marshall Warpath, what's going on? So, Nukes, what's going on? It really jaded me. And, I'm a sensitive guy, like, meaning I have a lot of emotions. I'm very much an empath. And while I'm sometimes loud and maybe a little obnoxious, I do talk a lot. I'm passionate. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I'm always necessarily right or I handle things the right way. But I'll tell you this, I always have the best intent in mind, not just for myself, but for everyone, because I do care about people. But I've said this before, what I care about is my truth, and I will never silence my truth. And I don't care how many subscribers I lose or how many people I might offend, even though my intent is not to offend anyone. My intent is to bring people together, believe it or not. That is. So, and then after that, one of the most amazing people in this community that brought nothing but love to this community, to everyone he interacted with, supported everyone he interacted with. And even while he was dying of cancer, was there to support everyone in this community, to reach out to them and say, I am here for you, brother. Because sometimes we throw around those words too carelessly as well. Community, family, brother. This guy meant it. And he lost his battle to cancer in December. And that was around the time where I started going through my dark place in my life. And I just said, I don't want to do this no more. It ain't worth my energy. It's toxic. I'm good. I'm good. But then I realized, going through my own thing, that there were people here that really do care. And we are real human beings behind the screens and thumbnails, right? So when I came back, I said this. I said, there's something that I'm going to change. I'm not going to dive into the hate. I'm not going to give it any attention. And while I feel like I've done a good job killing it with kindness when it shows up in the comments, or even ignoring comments because, hey, people are going to be assholes, there's still a part of me, and I put it in the thumbnail. Sometimes, guys, I just can't help myself, and I'm so sorry about that. I just can't help myself. Maybe it's because I've been the little dude my whole life. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I was a little dude, literally, like little. I had my ass kicked. I was beat up. I was bullied. My whole life. I've been, I never had, I don't trust nobody. I trust nobody. Everyone in my life, in real life, through my years, did me wrong behind my back. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm a little jaded, but still though, I operate from a place of compassion. So I can't help myself. And is it, I think about this, and I honestly think, I say, is it because I care about what other people think of me? And immediately I say no, because honestly, I don't. But in a way, I do. And you're like, okay, Journo, you're not making sense. What I mean by this is, at the end of the day, when people think something of me that's not true, I know it's their own issues for the most part. And it's not like I actually care, like they need to validate me, but it hurts my feelings though. The reason why I sometimes care so much is because it hurts my feelings that I'm being misunderstood. Being misunderstood sucks. And I never want to be misunderstood. So that's one reason why I still have the urge to talk about things. Because my intent is always to carry on a conversation or a debate or a critical thinking argument that can help people communicate, that can help the hobby that we love, that can help the conversation that we can bring back into our personal lives, and maybe help us be better people, to educate ourselves, to gain more knowledge from breaking bread with people, right? These are things that are all very important to me. So I want to make sure that I'm understood. If I'm not understood, my message that is so dear to me is not coming across right. Intent versus perception. Perception matters, no matter my intent. And I humble myself to that. So when an individual came in the public comment sections today on IG that used to be a subscriber of my channel, you're so great at this, mad love in the comment section for years, is now accusing me of some things that are so left field. Again, it's not that I care this person is hurting me or I'm so offended. No, it's that's one less person that isn't understanding my message. And not only is it one less person, but when you got to understand, some people want to protect their brand. I want to protect the message. If you're stating that publicly and dozens of people are seeing that, are other people going to misinterpret the message? Because the message here for me goes beyond comic books, and it always has. And that's why I need to talk about it today. All right? Now, I want to review a few comments before I continue on and talk about what this means in terms of the hate and these buzzwords and titles like influencer. Thank you, Jack B. Thank you. Simon was an amazing human being, and his spirit will live forever. Thank you, Comics with Murdoch. I appreciate it. Thank you, Marshall. I appreciate that. There's always going to be hate. It's about being able to let it roll and not feed into what may negatively affect you. Very true, Sean. And look, this is very true. And I want to let you guys all know this too. Like, a part of this is just simply the social media age. People are so freaking deflective and reactionary, and we easily dive into this narcissism. So we need to protect ourselves and our energy. Don't just, we got to learn to let things roll over, but we also got to learn to listen with humility too, because I think sometimes, especially when reading the written word, we misinterpret things. And then, like, two people then that are commenting back and forth in a comment section or whatever, they think the other person's attacking them and the other person's attacking them. And you're like, nobody meant to attack anybody. Somebody just took it out of context, right? But then, Sean, and this is what I always say, again, I'm not letting it get to me like that. It's not like, oh, just like, let the haters hate, don't feed the trolls. It's not about that. It's about learning, continuing to evolve as communicators. And I take these situations as opportunities to further these conversations so we can grow. All right. And that's where this is going to lead today. But I want to get to a few more comments. Alex says, Chris, for what it's worth, I see you as the litmus test in the comic book social media space. I respect you for never holding back and being forthcoming in your views. I appreciate that, Alex. Thank you so much. Turnstile, I trust you. Let me put this up. Sorry, guys. I need reading glasses. I'm getting old, I guess. I need to sometimes just bring these up just to read them. I trust you. I just started collecting comic books and learned a lot from you in the last few years. Stay passionate, brother. Don't change who you are. Keep smiling. It looks good in you. Appreciate it. Turnstile, thank you so much. Nosh is here. Thank you, Nosh. I appreciate it so much. and ain't this true, Sean? Most hate oftentimes is something true was said and others can't stand to hear it. So I tend to smile at the hate. I agree with you 100%. A movie fan says the hate is because everyone is too PC nowadays and it was more laid back. Yeah, but let me say this when we use the term PC, guys. Movie fan, I wouldn't say PC necessarily. People are too narcissistic. Like we feel that that we have the right to like stand on a pedestal and we refuse to have a conversation. But when we talk about PC, politically correct, it's on both sides. And I already said this, like PC isn't one thing or another. It's both. Like, and if we want to use political terms like liberal or conservative, there is liberal PCism and then there's conservative PCism. And you get it on both sides. And that's definitely part of the reason why we can't communicate these days anymore, for sure. Harvad, thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about this, guys. Now, this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get the link. Actually, I'm going to check my messages because I reached out to this individual humbly to come on my show. Or to even have a private conversation with me. And of course, it doesn't happen. They run their mouth and then they disappear. They ghost. And that's normal. And guys, anytime I offer you to come on my show or have a conversation with me privately, I'm never standing on a pedestal. I'm never being cynical, acting like a big badass. I'm humble. I calm down. I come from a calm place and I say, I understand whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling, but let's talk about it. I'll give you the floor. Whatever you feel about me, I'll listen. And maybe I can help guide you to understanding why your perception is wrong. But I got nothing. So what I'm going to do here, I am going to leave a link to the show. Un momento. Because I want to give anybody the opportunity to come on and tell me if they have reservations about me and what I do. Now, let's be specific here. This isn't about if you simply don't like me, you don't like my channel. Hey, that's fine. You don't like my personality. You think I talk too much. I'm too loud. I talk with my hands too much, whatever. Like, that's your personal opinion, and that's all good. You just don't like my content. You think I don't do a good editing job. My videos are boring. That's fine. I'm talking about if you really believe that what I'm doing here on my channel, that my mission, that my intent is either deceptive, corrupted, and in any way negative to the hobby in a whole, and you think that my intentions are such, that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to talk about. Not because you think my hat is too big for my head, which it's not. I have a big, oddly shaped head, and why there's a little extra space right here. If I go one size down, I have a headache because I'm squeezing the hat on, but I really don't care. I don't need to explain myself. You don't like the way my hat looks? Move on. I really don't give a damn. That's actually comedy. I mean, real substance. But this is the thing. Before I read this is where this goes. I understand more so than ever why people that simply have social media success are pigeonholed into taglines like influencer and why they're hated. Because I stepped away. Not only did I step away from my channel, I have not made a speculation outside of talking about, like, what's the definition of speculation? I have not made a video showing off books to buy or to invest in forever. Forever. It could even be a year. It could be about a year since I've done something like that. I don't do top 10 videos anymore. I've actually done more anti-FOMO content over the last year plus than I've done talking about this book is a good book to buy because it's undervalued, or it's 10 hot 10 comics to buy for under $20, or these many books to buy before Wolverine's debut in the MCU. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm still going to do videos like that. But what's so funny is I came so far along from what people pigeonhole to be influencers. Everything on my channel for at least the calendar year 2023 has been about bagging and boarding, news, movies, the definition of investing or speculating, or, I mean, come on, you guys, what other kind of videos have I done? Went into this, I bought a collection, or I bought a key book off of SpiderDudeComics.com, or I picked up another Silver Age ASM, for my Grail run. Best 5 tips when buying comic books. How to save money when buying comic books. How to press a comic book. The best press to buy for pressing comic books. But yet, this is what I get. And I'm going to read it, and I'm not going to name names. And again, remember, this was a subscriber of mine that for years, while I was actually doing speculative content, was a subscriber of mine leaving comments, loving what I did. Thank you for the inspiration. $360, that's hilarious. All right, let me read this, guys. First off, so what happened was somebody posted about a video on YouTube. All right. And I just commented, I said, hey, I'm interested in this topic. What YouTube channel was this? And they told me. I was like, all right, I'm going to go check it out. And this individual decides to jump in with this comment. To start, Journo's Comics does not deserve any credibility on IG or YouTube. He likes to create drama and then think that saying sorry is okay. First off, I don't know when I've said sorry for anything. Not that I wouldn't, but what have I said sorry for? I don't even know what this individual is talking about. He likes to create drama and then think that saying sorry is okay. It's really to increase viewership. Yes, increase viewership. To then try and sell them one of his products to support his channel. So tired of his BS. Time and time again, I have seen him attack others and then think that I'm sorry fixes everything. I unsubscribed to that guy a while ago. First off, if I attack you, I'm not attacking you. I'm just maybe disagreeing with you and challenging you to a respectful argument of fact. And I've never once apologized for speaking my mind. Never. I have never once apologized for speaking my mind. If I was ever wrong, I'd apologize. Or maybe if I feel like I came across a certain way, obviously I would apologize. I'm never too big to humble myself and apologize. But this is what's so hilarious about this. I create drama to then, for one, to increase viewership, when in reality, I keep saying this, guys, every time I talk about stuff like this, I lose subscribers. Every time I stand up for myself and for other people, because that's where this is going to go too. Every time I do, I lose subscribers. And I'm going to say it again. Do you know what happens when a channel loses subscribers? YouTube takes that into their algorithm feeds and shits on the channel. They don't push me. They don't push me anymore. So not only am I hurting myself because people are like, oh, screw this journo guy, I'm going to unsubscribe. YouTube says, well, people are unsubscribing. Nobody cares about journo anymore. I'm not going to push his channel. So I have to work extra hard. How is me doing this for viewership? It's the lamest, most stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then this is the even more stupider thing. It's to then try to sell them on my products. What freaking products am I selling you guys? My journos merch that I never even talk about anymore, that I have a link to in my description. And I sell comics that I've never sold comics on YouTube. I have never sold comics on YouTube. And again, the irony of everyone that comes at me sells comics. Let's go to this person's page. Collector, seller. So you can't be mad at me about selling comic books. And then I had that other dude that told me what are you doing? Miles UF4 was a dollar bin book before the video game. I said, I'll wait. Give me the facts. I'll wait. Then I went back to him and said, hey. And then this guy's always trolling me on Instagram, and I realized they were the same people. I finally realized the YouTuber was the same person as the Instagram person who was telling me that I'm pumping and dumping books. When was okay? Let me show you something, guys. I got 2 copies of this for sale. I got a copy of the first Sabretooth and a Wolverine title for sale, Near Mint Plus. I got the first solo Howard the Duck story. Guys, please tell me, when have I talked about any of these books on my channel? When have I talked about these? Have I made a video saying books to invest in right now? Wolverine number 10. Spawn number 9, first appearance of Angela. Giant size Man Thing number 4. And then I go and have a claim sale and say, guys, buy these books. When have I done that? Never. And quite honestly, I always price my books well below fair market value, no matter what anybody thinks, even though fair market value is kind of hard to maintain these days. I'm going to share the link now. Because let me tell you something else that people do. Here you go. And again, be mindful of this link. If you want to come into the show, be mindful of what we're talking about. It is those who carry envy in their hearts that watch every single thing that you do. They are taking notes. They are watching everything you do and taking notes. So what does this have to do with knowing the truth about the hate about influencers? And this is it. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do because people will still pull the lamest bullshit out of their fucking asses. I will be accused and slaughtered and crucified for the most outlandish bullshit when it's so far from the truth. I have received more hate for being an influencer, a dirty flipper, and somebody that's manipulating the market and pumping and dumping, more so when I stopped talking about any of that stuff and actually started calling out my concern with the spec market and FOMO. The irony. So what does that say about these big YouTubers? I don't even need to say their names. The Comic Joes and the, near mint collectibles that have some of the biggest YouTube channels out there that get all this hate. You guys are invalidating yourselves. And I've always said this. It's always going to be those people that sit there and say, I don't care about followers. I don't care. I collect to read and I care about the community. It's always these people that turn around and accuse other individuals for being toxic, for being pump and dumpers, for doing unethical, dirty, shady things. And they're ruining the hobby and they hurt the community and they don't care about the community. It's always people that hide behind that'll come out here and drag your name in the mud because the jealous got me strapped. Because envy lives so deep in people's hearts. And the reason why it becomes so toxic is because we can't think for ourselves, because you look at somebody that gets in front of a camera and you refuse to take the time to actually listen and have a conversation with them because we're so programmed to get behind our emotions and our biases to where it's easier to see just some random collector in the comment section on an IG post saying something about an individual that spends his days in front of a camera getting passionate about talking about comic books. And it's easy to fall behind that groupthink and say, oh shit, they must be right. That journo guy, that comic so-and-so guy, that dorky girl. And I'm not even trying to put myself in the same category as anyone else. But this is why when the C2E stuff started happening and you guys just wanted to rush to start throwing people under the bus, if anybody did anything wrong at that point, you cried wolf, people. You cried wolf because you devalued your own argument before you even had one. Comic Toby, you're funny. Como, what's going on, Como? Yeah, Jason, I hear you. Thanks, movie fan. Austin B. You help people and educate people, and there are way more of those that are helped than the ones who complain. Complainers are a part of being a public figure. Much love. Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Joe, thank you. I'm watching it. So, guys, and here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you again, because this misconception about my intent. Oh, I do it for views. Let's go back to what I said about sometimes I just can't help myself, guys. I can't help myself. Maybe because I look at it like this. And I'll give you an example. And I may have said this on my channel before, but I'm going to tell this story again. I was going to run for city council here where I live. And I had a decent following. I'm confident that I could have possibly won or came close. I care about making change in my community. But I had a lot of haters. And I literally have people coming into my inbox on social media threatening me that live in my neighborhood because I would be involved in the local Facebook groups. They would literally come into my comments. I got a lot of racist stuff because my wife is black and my children are mixed. I literally had people threatening my life. Like, next time I see you, man, you better watch it. I'm going to break your neck. I'm going to kill you, whatever. Whoop-de-whoop. I literally had this dude coming in my inbox, threatening my life. And I said, hey, man, here's my number. Call me. He called me. I answered the phone. Hello? Yeah, man. What's up? What's up, man? You want to do this? Where you want me? Let's do this. Let's do this. What do you weigh? $120? What do you weigh? $120? I'm going to break your bones, boy. I'm going to break your bones, boy. I said, okay. I said, I understand. But let's talk. We talked on the phone for an hour. For 1 hour. And at the end of that hour, before we hung up the phone, this individual was inviting me to his daughter's, I believe it was her 4th birthday party. They rented jumpers and everything. It was that coming weekend. It was like a couple days from when I was talking to him. He invited me to his daughter's birthday party. No lie, God honest truth. I have many people in this community that I live that came at me crooked because I speak my mind. But then those that did have the courage, and yes, it's courage, and the humility, I'll give them humility too, to actually then have a conversation with me and realize maybe we're not that different, and maybe you just need to freaking find some humility and stop acting like a man-child, then we can talk. So I've given that opportunity to so many people in this community. And I shared the link. And ain't none of you showing up. None of you showing up. So, and I'm telling you, if you were to show up, I would tone down my energy. I would let you have the floor and I would listen. Because again, while everything this individual may have said is basically obviously accusations, false accusations that have no truth to them, I am humbled to the fact that maybe this individual truly perceives me this way. How? I honestly have no idea how, but I would let them express themselves, and then I would tell them my truth, and hopefully we could have a conversation and grow from that. Nobody has taken up on my offer. Not one person. They run. So by doing this, there's 2 things. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Why care about don't feed the trolls? 2 things of why I do this. One is because I never want to see any individual as being not important. This individual that said these horrible things to me, I don't want to say it breaks my heart. It saddens me that this was an individual that loves, seems to love comic books. They like my channel. What happened? I don't want this person to lose out on my mission. And my mission is to build community and not burn bridges. So that one person means something to me. I might not know them, may not have never talked to them, just saw them in the comment section a few times. I care about people in life. I really do. It takes a lot for me not to care about you. If you like abuse women or children, or you're a freaking sex offender, or a freaking cold-hearted murderer. Other than that, we can work through issues, because I believe there is good in almost all of us. That's one reason why I do what I do. Because if I can have a conversation with just one person and change the narrative to push the narrative forward, to build bridges, then I'm doing something that's bigger than myself. And then the second reason might honestly be because of this. Because if I speak my mind, and those people unsubscribe or whatever, I don't have to deal with them ever again, then maybe that's what I want, and then I don't have to deal with them ever again. Because maybe I will never be able to reach them and to build those bridges. And if they're just here, they're taking up space. And then I pray for them and I feel sorry for them. But you can't change everyone. And so by that, those two things right there, I serve my purpose. And I encourage everyone that is actually listening tonight. And this is the thing. This is another thing about me. Everyone that's listening tonight, I want you to take this home with you. When you leave, when you turn off your phone or your computer or whatever you're watching this on, and you get ready for bed and you're laying down, I want you to think about this. Spend just a couple minutes thinking about this. I don't ever want anybody that's in my chat to sit here and listen to me and leave here not questioning every single thing that I said. I never want anybody to sit in a live stream or watch one of my videos and turn it off and simply accept everything that I said. It is very important to me that you listen to everything I said and you question it for yourself and to challenge me. And if there's anything that you may disagree with, that you may think I'm wrong on, or that maybe you just have a different perspective on, share it. I don't want a chat full of, yeah, Journo, we're with you. Whoop, 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 whoop. I mean, you guys, genuinely tell me that. That's great. Don't ever be scared to challenge me and yourselves on that level. But just remember this, and this is another thing that I keep saying that people misunderstand. Just because somebody comes back at you and disagrees with you or may bring up a different perspective, it doesn't mean that they are fighting with you. So don't fight back. Communicate. When I say the word argument, I don't mean doing this. I mean having a respectful, deep, critical, thought out debate. That's what an argument is. Argument ain't fighting with each other. It's helping each other think. And I want you, again, I take these situations as not opportunities to feed the trolls, but as opportunities to keep moving the conversation forward for all of you to learn how to communicate better. Nicholas, because you were tagged in not the individual that said this, but you know what? You know what, Nicholas? I'm so sorry. I do apologize. This was different. Nope. I was responding to let me make sure I got this right. Because I was in a couple of conversations today on Facebook. I mean on Instagram. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Nick. That was the other post I was communicating on was folks that you were that I think you're close with. We were talking about movies. That was something completely different. I do apologize. Vinny, man, longtime supporter. I appreciate you. I believe in you and your channel because it's genuine. Some things I may agree with, some I may not, but it's always the truth. All collectors are different and collect differently. Thank you. And this goes, look, I love using comic books as a metaphor. We are all different as human beings. And we need to stay that way. Our differences make us unique, but the things that we can bond on and come together on, that's what makes it even more, that's what builds the foundation. But never should we want to be carbon copies of each other as collectors or as human beings, as people in general. Eric, humans can work together to make things better, but our primitive brains is what is stopping our species from becoming better. I agree, and I think we're devolving. I think there are some of us that are evolving, and I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal above anyone, but I think there's a lot of devolution going on, and a lot of it has to do with how we are easily manipulated by social media and the powers that be, and clogging up the pineal gland, and it's just, yep, calcification, man. We're not using our brains anymore. Thanks, Sean. I know, Sean. We did talk about coming on the channel sometime, but I think that all might be in the past now. Metal. Thank you. Real Tech Geek, appreciate you. Let's see here. A movie fan. What's your overall opinion of DC? Even you're a big. I love DC, man. I don't. It's as simple as that, man. I don't hate on nothing, like in a general sense. Guys, man, look. Here's the thing. I will never shut my door to anyone from having a conversation. Many of you in the chat are people that, like, you guys, if you know me, man. Like, if you're buying a book from me, like, I will go my extra mile to, like, send you videos showing off the book. I send voice messages all the time. It's like, I want to get to know you guys. If we're doing business or if you're supporting the channel, I respond to my messages and I talk to you. Some of you guys might be surprised. Oh, why is he sending me voice messages? First off, I hate typing on my phone. I hate it. But I like to be able to communicate in a way that is much more productive and where things don't get lost in translation. And I appreciate you guys. I'm not just here. I say this all the time, that everything that I do with Journals Comics is a business. But just because something is a business doesn't mean it's not personal and not something that I love. Everything we do as a job or a career or a business should be something that you love. Just because something is a business doesn't mean it's not ethical or not moral or not, true to heart. And I know most of these people, like, I give people the benefit of the doubt because I believe some of them have good intentions. Maybe they think they really, maybe they really are perceiving me or some other YouTuber or whatever some certain way, and they just get lost into the group thing. And maybe they really believe that they are standing up for something good. But I know that a lot of them know what they're doing. A lot of them know what they're doing, and it's envy and it's hate, and there's nothing I can do about that. And at the end of the day, it's sad for them. It's sad because it validates them. Because if they really meant what they were talking about, when I reach out to them and say, hey, have a conversation, come on my show, they would. They would. And I'm going to tell everyone this too. Because I had this happen when a certain other YouTuber last year was running my name through the mud on some BS. And I did a live stream trying to defend myself. I didn't want to. I gave him the opportunity to come talk to me. But when he shut that door, I had to defend myself, because at that point in time, again, I got to protect myself and my brand and everything that I do here. Because I was losing subscribers. I had people that were lifetime viewers believing this BS. But when I did that stream, I told everyone in my chat, I don't want anybody saying one bad thing about this individual. So that's another thing that you guys can know about me. If you think that I'm doing something wrong and you want to come on my show, not only will I humble myself to sit back and let you talk, I will make sure I will let the chat know. Anybody that is in my chat, if they badmouth somebody that's badmouthing me and I have them as a guest on my show, I don't care if they're I don't care if they're a Blue Wrench person on my channel. I don't care if they've been watching my channel since I had 100 subscribers. I will block them. And that is my word. Because that means they don't, even though maybe they think they're standing up for me, then they don't respect me and my wishes. I'm going to say that again. Anybody that has a problem with me, that truly believes that I'm doing something wrong, that ever wants to come on my channel and voice their opinion and their concerns, I will tell everyone in my chat before I bring you on. Any one person, even if you're a Blue Wrencher, says one bad thing about this guest, I will block you for good from my channel. You have my word. I'm not here to sell drama. Any news is going to talk about the hype of what's going on. And in the comic community, we all take advantage of that if we have a YouTube channel. All of us. It doesn't mean our intent is negative. Figure drawing, 90% of people hate voicemail. Just stating facts. Voicemail is almost as... No, not voicemail figure drawing. Not voicemail, voice messages. You could go into Instagram. You could go into YouTube Messenger, Facebook Messenger, and you can hit the button and send a voice clip. I'm not talking about calling somebody and leaving a message. I hope that was understood there. So what was I saying? I got distracted. Help me out, guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, voice messages, the voice clips. No worries. I ain't trying to have people go in there. You have 20 unread messages. First message. Yeah. So, to hype and stuff up. Look, when the C2E2 stuff happened, I hopped on it. And everyone and their mother did. But I'm going to tell you the difference between me and them. Not all of them. The first video I did about the C2E2, and good friend of the channel, Bronze Age Nerd, can validate this, because Bronze Age was one of the first people to publicly talk about what went down at C2E2. He was one of the first people. And I was even worried about him. And I told him straight up in a comment, I said, yo, Bronze, man, like, I don't know. I wouldn't even talk about this right now because we don't have a lot of facts. And, now I know Bronze wasn't doing any harm. He was basically being a journalist. But I was scared because I knew what was going to happen not from Bronze's video, but from this getting out before all the facts. I knew that people were going to start pointing fingers and it was going to be this big crazy thing. And that's exactly what happened. The first time I ever talked about the C2E2 stuff was a video where I came out and said, all of you people throwing these people under the bus, you're wrong. This person wasn't even there. This person wasn't even there. And this person has actually been in the hospital dealing with serious health issues. And the same people that came at me saying I'm in it for clout, all I care about is clicks and views and clout chasing, we're sitting there eating up the opportunity to hop on this bandwagon because don't nobody watch their channel. And once they started making every single video or live stream about the C2E2 drama, they were having thousands of views, man. They saw the most success that they ever seen. And what do they need to do? Now that they got a big audience, let's drop Journo's name. Because he's a clout chaser. But I'm not living in the past. I'm moving on from that. But I want to reiterate again. Know my intent, people. Know my intent. My intent is to come here and speak my mind. And the majority of the people that got a problem with me don't know how to respond to it because I'm not a yes man. I will never be a yes man to nobody. Nobody. And I might agree with you one day and you like me so much and you're subscribing because you found my channel and you're like, man, Journo, I agree with you. But when I come at you the next day and disagree with you, don't get mad and unsubscribe. Be a grown up human being that can have discussion and learn from different perspectives. But if you want to unsubscribe and all that, like I said, be on your merry way. And at the end of the day, for those that truly, truly want to be in this community and want to be a voice for the little guy and call influencers out because you don't like how they're influencing, goddamn, you better have your facts in a row, lined up, ready to go. Because what this continues to show me, because I've been away dealing with life, because I ain't done one speculation video in freaking I don't know how long, leading up to a year, because I've been calling out FOMO, because I sell books way under fair market value, and I don't even sell on YouTube, and yet people are still coming at me with these accusations. It tells me that every single accusation that you ever spoke to any of these YouTubers or influencers out there is straight up bullshit. Because you cried wolf. You know that story, right? The boy that cried wolf. You start saying it so much when it ain't true that when it is, ain't nobody gonna believe you. So, before I get to some comments, I want to close basically on that note, but to reiterate again. It is important that I convey my intent, my message, and my purpose as clear as possible. Because everything that I do in life has a deeper meaning, and I care. I care about people. Sometimes this world, it's hard to have faith. Quite honestly, guys, I don't know if I believe in God anymore. A God, whatever that means. I'm trying. And it's very easy for me to lose faith in people. I feel like an alien. I don't feel human. I don't understand human beings. I don't understand the ugliness. But yet, for some reason, I keep giving human beings the benefit of the doubt. And maybe it's because I know that I'm not perfect as much as I don't understand humans. And I think that I got it all figured out, but I don't. Comic books are something that for the last few years on this channel, I have utilized to make real, in some form or fashion, real human connection, to have real conversations, to bring people from all walks of life together at a time, where we are so polarized and divided, that I will continue to do my best to make sure that that intent, those intentions, are being perceived to the best of my knowledge, or to the best way that you guys can. Unfortunately, guys, I think I have a emergency call coming in. I wanted to get to some comments. I think I'm gonna have to end here though, guys. I want to thank you guys for listening tonight. And again, this ain't to sit here and dwell in the toxicity or to feed the trolls. This is to say, look, like sometimes it's misunderstandings happen. Emotions happen, but let's communicate. Let's never close the door on anyone, and let's keep talking. Just because somebody comes at you doesn't mean that you guys can't work through that and build a bridge. And I challenge everyone to keep coming at me in the way to where let's have that conversation and let's build those bridges. All right. That is the moral of this story right here. It's way beyond comics. You take this out into the real world. You take it to your families. You teach your children. You teach your coworkers and your friends. We got to do better. Disagreements don't burn bridges. They're opportunity to build new ones. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Be well, be safe, be kind to yourselves and be kind to others too. And until next time.